Hello again. Still in one piece, I see.
Indeed, I have visited this place a lot due to my various injuries, but today I wanted to talk about something more important. Would you be interested in a cooperative endeavor?
I'm starting to remember hearing some rumors about you and this crazy guy called Caesar. Maybe they're not all true. That's enough for me to stand here and talk to you, but I'm not about to leave Freeside as your comrade in arms.
Well, I think maybe you give too much credence to rumors. Everything you've heard must be a lie, because I've done some great things for the NCR. Let's not get into specifics. I did some things for the NCR at one point.
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
People have been spreading terrible rumors about me because they know I threaten the status quo. I'm looking to make things better, and that makes people nervous. And with your help, we can make the world a better place.
That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair?
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
There's a couple of things I got on my mind. Some very difficult tasks. If only we had the support of, I don't know, some kind of pre-war group with advanced technology. You don't know anybody like that, do you?
The only way to ensure relative safety and independence for the people of New Vegas is to prevent others from taking control of the region. That means no NCR, no Mr. House, and no Legion.
Definitely not any Legion. Yep, definitely not. Yep, it's a real shame that you, a small-town doctor, and me, a low-ranking vigilante, don't really have the resources to make a huge impact. Maybe if we knew other people who could get things done, we could make a greater impact. I don't know anybody like that. Do you?
I need to talk to you about something, if you have a minute.
You interrupted me. I was trying to think of some kind of paramilitary organization that could assist us. Whatever you were going to say can wait for a different time.
Actually, I'm going to keep talking anyway. Any day now, Caesar's going to try to march across Hoover Dam and kick NCR out of the Mojave. I know I'm just along for the ride, but it's made me think about the past and how I might be able to help out.
That sounds like you have some novel ideas. I'm listening.
I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave, a remnant of America's pre-war government. Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad things. Terrorized communities, kidnapped people. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro.
I've never been to Navarro. Is it a lovely place?
After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a matter of time before Navarro was overrun by NCR forces. My mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit, the same people I've kept in contact with over the years. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR. Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the Brotherhood of Steel.
And you're telling me all this because...
The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people at Navarro. Good people with a lot of experience. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the fight against Caesar.
I agree. The battle for Hoover Dam is going to be tough, and we need all the support.
Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I can convince them by myself. To them, I'm still a kid. But you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open up to you unless I come along. I know I'm not always the most serious guy around, but this means a lot to me. Thanks.
I look forward to seeing what kind of help we can wrangle up. Hello.
You're interrupting my research.
We're getting the Enclave back together.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. Oh, you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
See you there.
Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after. Knowledge is power, but to what end for Henry, I have no idea. The problem was what mattered to him. not its practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
Some people just like getting their hands dirty. Focus on the task at hand, and you'll end up somewhere eventually.
Not everyone dreams of being a revolutionary, I suppose. Maybe we can't all change the world. Maybe it's enough just to do good for the short time that we're here. No one's going to sing Doc Henry's praises when he's gone. But he's probably saved more lives than I ever will.
Doc Henry's a member of the Enclave?
Have you ever talked to him?
He's always very short with me.
Maybe you just didn't put enough points into your charisma stat.
Oh, probably.
It's not a dump stat.
It's kind of a dump stat.
It's kind of a dump stat.
Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all.
Your doctor friend said it's time to get the Enclave back together.
Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
How did you like flying vertibirds for the Enclave?
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow.
Of course, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. We all get our hands dirty to make things work smoothly.
Since my mother died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life. She was the only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen. Being in the Enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
She sounds like a simple woman. She enjoys flying, so not being able to fly makes her sad.
If you spent the first half of your life flying Enclave troopers in a vertibird, I suppose picking over pre-war rocket parts doesn't quite compare.
Daisy Whitman's in the Enclave?
Have you ever talked to Daisy Whitman before?
What do I have to say to her?
Wouldn't you like to receive the wisdom of people that are your elder?
I am already plenty wise. I don't need no elder wisdom.
Maybe they'll teach you how to be more vigilant and avoid having bombs placed on your chair.
That was a one-time thing, okay?
Maybe if you had talked to them, it would have been a zero-time thing.
You ever seen one of those rangers in black armor?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to make one of those mad.
Believe me, it's not really a problem if you do.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you... Oh.
You were expecting somebody else?
I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now.
Well, my doctor friend here said you were a member of the Enclave, and we're getting the gang back together.
Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then?
It's exactly what it sounds like. There's going to be a power struggle nearby, and we want you to be a part of it.
Yeah, the NCR and the Legion are about due for another dust-up. So you're going to get yourself involved in that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. Could be fun. My word is old. Appropriate, huh?
Friends, dear old.
If I had to pick anyone who didn't belong in the Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving.
Pathetic.
It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
Fathers are overrated. They raise you in a vault for several years and abandon you without saying a word, and then when you finally see them again, they die immediately to radiation poisoning. You can't really depend on them.
I'll always feel like something is missing from my life, but you're right. It's not like I'm the only kid in the wasteland who's grown up without a dad. Johnson always said my father was a good man. If that's the only thing about me that's like him, that's enough for me.
That's right! Cannibal Johnson's a member of the Enclave, too!
Say what now?
I said Cannibal Johnson's an Enclave member.
Well, I heard that. Who the hell's Cannibal Johnson?
Long story short, he's a cannibal.
Is his last name Johnson?
Yeah, oh, you're putting it together. The pieces are falling into place.
Okay, I think I see where we're going with this now. So he's a cannibal and his last name is Johnson, huh?
You figured it out.
Wow.
Looks like I forgot to lock the doors again. If you're with the NCR, get out. This place is mine, and I'm not leaving.
Sounds like you might have a grudge against the NCR.
Like you wouldn't believe. The NCR makes a habit out of wrecking homes. I came out here to get away from them. Didn't work out so well. Next thing I know, I'm squatting in their land. Never mind that I already been living here for years.
Ah, yes, eminent domain. One of the corrupt tools of your oppressors. I've heard that before. We can discuss more about that later, but for now, we're getting the Enclave back together.
So, what's the point of all this? Can't find any younger mercenaries?
We are standing on a precipice of battle between the NCR and the Legion. Someone like you, with your expertise and equipment, would serve us well.
I wouldn't mind cutting down a few platoons of NCR troopers with my old Gatling laser.
That sounds a bit fun, and you might get the opportunity.
All right, then. I'll show up at this gathering of yours. It might be good to see the others. Johnson excluded. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part is remember.
So what skills are you bringing to the fight?
Nothing better than hosing down a target with an excess of bullets and laser fire. By the time I got through with things, not much was left standing. Any morons who didn't run when they saw me coming got what they deserved. Back then, it was war. If we'd been on the winning side, I'd be called a hero.
Maybe this time you'll have the opportunity.
Moreno took the fall of the Enclave hard. He never questioned his orders, never questioned the legitimacy of what the Enclave was doing. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. When we left Navarro, I remember looking up at Moreno. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys." When we left the Enclave behind, the love in him burned itself out. Now there's just a bitter old man left.
This might be difficult for you to understand, but some people believe in causes. They feel passionate about an issue, and they'll fight to the death for it.
I suppose you're right. When you're part of something for that long, maybe it's impossible to let go without losing part of yourself. Moreno may be a stubborn son of a bitch, but at least he's loyal.
And loyalty is something that cannot be undervalued. Have you ever met Orion Moreno?
What, like the...
His name is Orion. No, not like the constellation. A man.
No, like the ammunition company. No, wait, that's Olin.
You don't strike me as someone down on their luck.
My friend and I are getting the gang back together.
Why the need for a bunch of old war horses like us?
Why do you think?
Well, assuming our equipment cache is intact, my squad would have the edge in armor and firepower. There's only a handful of us, though, so the best tactic would be for us to swoop in where the target isn't expecting us.
That's way better than what I was thinking about.
I hope you weren't thinking we were going to take the lead. That's no job for a bunch of graybeards, or gray heads in Whitman's case. Oh, and you'll need my part of the passphrase to get into the bunker. Navarro.
Tell me about the old days within the Enclave.
I miss those days sometimes. We all had a purpose, you know? I admit that some of the folks in charge were pretty ruthless. The rest of us, though, we were just trying to civilize things. The NCR was still new, and it didn't look like they'd last all that long. Then we lost the oil rig, and shortly after that, the base at Navarro. Nobody left except us remnants.
And when the Enclave fell apart, the NCR began to hunt you all down. Well, their loss is somebody else's gain. Let's get going, shall we?
Judah Krieger is the glue that's kept us all together over the years, and with good reason. Anyone who can command Moreno and Johnson in the same unit without somebody getting fragged is one hell of a leader. Krieger was polite and kind, but never warm. He always did his best to make me feel welcome in the group. I think he did it out of a sense of loyalty to my father. Loyalty means a lot to Judah. Not loyalty to the Enclave, or even the ideals they fought for, but to the people who served with him.
Well, that's understandable. They were part of a brotherhood, and that kind of bond can't be broken. It's thicker than blood. Wouldn't you two like to be part of something greater than yourself?
Sometimes I wonder how much of my father they see in me. They went through a lot together, but my family went through it too. I'm glad they've watched out for me all these years. Maybe someday I can return the favor.
Maybe soon. You never know. Let's head to that bunker. And Judah Krieger, please tell me you've met this man before.
Oh yeah, I played a couple games of checkers against him.
Really? I thought he always played chess.
That explains why I lost every time.
Sure enough, the bunker is right where you said it would be. It's time for us to go in and convince the remnants to fight for Hoover Dam. And I think you should wait out here, actually, because it might be difficult for me to persuade them to fight for the correct faction if you're looking over their shoulder. So, you stay here, and I'll convince them to fight for the winning side. Which is obviously the NCR, the side you believe in, duh.
Okay. Just don't be gone long. I sunburn easily.
It's fine, it's fine. I'll be right back. And now to enter the password. Friends dear, old remember Navarro. Ooh, nice. Is that a functioning vertibird? Well, those are pretty rare. And some nice suits of power armor. If you know how to wear it, you know how to really crack some skulls. Ah, we're all gathered here. Excellent. The real question here is, how do we kill the Batman?
Glad to see you made it here all right. So, who are we going up against?
Don't tell my companion, but I want you to fight for the Legion.
Well now, an opportunity for payback after all these years. Johnson won't go along with it, though. He actually likes the NCR.
What's there to like? Is this going to be a problem? Is he going to be a liability?
He won't turn on us, but he's a good shot, and I'd hate to do this without him.
Can we talk him into staying?
No, I'm afraid. Johnson truly hates the Legion.
All right, if it can't be helped, then let's continue on.
We'll be ready. Don't worry.
Are you going to be ready, all of you?
I'm not sure helping the Legion is the right idea, but I'm going along with it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see things our way. What about you?
I heard the Legion doesn't care for women. But as long as they stay out of my way, I'll get along just fine with them.
Well, the Legion loves women. We just have a specific role for them, and we don't like it when they step out of line. And, you're not going to be coming with us?
I'm not helping the Legion no matter how much you talk them up. I will help my friends prepare, but that's it.
Well, if you're helping them, then you are kind of helping the Legion, but, sure. Oh, it's kind of musty down there. Thanks for your patience. I was able to talk to your friends, and we're all going to be fighting together at the Battle of Hoover Dam. How do you see this playing out?
I don't think you need to worry about the specifics. Basically, expect a lot of firepower and dead bodies. Enclave technology is even more advanced than Brotherhood equipment. And in the hands of soldiers as experienced as Moreno and the others, let's just say it's truly a sight to behold.
The NCR won't know what hit the Legion. They'll never see that coming, all right. Let's get out of here.
Lead the way.
I can't believe that worked. Why are these children naked?
Run faster, or I will throw you off the side.
Why are these...
You're slowing down. Pick it up.
Okay.